All right, everyone, welcome back. Once again, it's Beefcast presentation. I'm your casting host, Beef, in association with IVDYogiTime.com. This is the IVDYogiTime.com tournament number 28. All leagues, all divisions, Masters versus Masters, PvP action here on Tal'Darim Altar. With me, Muatauran. How's it going, Brandon?
It's going well. I'm kind of sad we're going to see a PvP on this map. It's generally just 4-gate versus 4-gate. They have expressed, I don't know, they both want to not 4-gate, but Acela keeps saying no promises, so
All right.
I don't think they're going to assume no 4-gate.
I saw mention of no rush 5 hours. So
I think it's 4.
4 hours? Okay, I
4
could be
hours.
wrong there. So we could see a map mined out situation. I have actually watched a replay of a 4-hour-long game before.
Wow, a 4-hour game?
That was not a good time. Yeah.
I think I would have just left in the middle.
You right? Oh.
Yeah, I'd get to like an hour and a half and be like, all right, I'm done.
Oh,
You win.
bronze players. All right, let's get into it though. In the bottom right-hand corner, the pink Protoss, we do have Acela.
Acela, and his opponent in the bottom left corner of Tal'Darim Altar, he's playing as the blue Protoss. He is, I don't know what to say that name.
wiNgiAN.
What are we calling? wiNgiAN.
wiNgiAN.
Alright, wiNgiAN. Oh, I see it.
Arena is the team.
Arena, wiNgiAN. Alright, or wiNgiAN. He's missing an I. Whatever.
What?
Okay, first from both players. No
wiNgiAN.
double gas yet.
Yeah. Who knows?
That would be crazy.
Yeah, and so like you said, no double gas for either players. Both of them looking like they could be going for a 4-gate.
Yep. You know, I mean, wiNgiAN has used more Chrono Boost than Acela, so that makes me think he doesn't want a 4-gate. But I mean, Acela, he's used his 2 Chronos. I don't see him using any more. I think he's 4-gating.
Yeah, Acela definitely looking like he could be. As the double gas does go down over here for wiNgiAN, he looks like he wants to be able to attack maybe something like 2 or 3-gate Robo, but his opponent does have a probe in there as the second gate does come down. I'm thinking 2-gate Robo. What are you?
Whoa. For wiNgiAN? Yeah, probably. You know, blink builds are okay on this map if you can live far enough, but I don't know. This is kind of weird, though. He's got Acela here as a second gateway already at a pylon that's hidden kind of in the bottom left of his base. So I don't know what he wants to do with that.
Yeah, and still operating off of only 1 gas. This is kind of a weird situation there for Acela.
Yeah, and it's not a 4-gate. He's got too many probes he's still producing, and his third pylon is in his base, so this isn't a 4-gate.
Okay.
Shouldn't be, anyway.
And so both players on equal numbers of gateways right now, but the gases are in favor of wiNgiAN. Now, it's a little bit weird right here as we do have a third gateway going to be coming down for wiNgiAN. It's a little bit harder to defend because of the no ramp situation right here, the reason why they do call this a 4-gate map. And does that actually give a little bit of favor to Stargate play as a result?
No ramp?
Yeah.
Not so much. It rarely gets to Stargate on this map, to be honest.
Okay.
It's mostly both players do something like this, which is just 3-stalker rush, so an anti-4-gate build, and then they'll transition into robotics. It's not really the best to transition into blink with, mainly because this map just isn't that great for blink. There's only one place to blink into the main, so you generally see 3-stalker rush into robo.
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking with a stalker versus robo, something along those lines, but just curiosity right there. And we did see, you said anti-4-gate, 4-gates coming down for wiNgiAN playing for Team Arena over there. And he's going to have a lot of gas with which to build some stalkers and sentries. Over here on the other side, it looks like Acela, the person we did originally think was going to be 4-gating, is only working off of 3 gates right now, so he might be the very first person here to drop a robotics.
I'm thinking Acela wanted to 4-gate and saw something that made him think he shouldn't, but I don't know. This is kind of weird. He's not taking his second gas, and he's actually oversaturated on his main. He might as well go main from his, like, long-distance mine from his natural. He's got too many probes. And like you were talking about, there's the robotics. He should have a second gas right now. I don't know why he doesn't.
Well, he's actually dropped a Nexus.
Oh, yeah. This is
This is weird.
odd.
This is not Tal'Darim Alter. Maybe they're going no
No.
rush 4 hours.
Is this a War Prism 4 gate
I
from
Yeah,
wiNgiAN?
both players dropping that robotics facility, but yeah, I think that it might be a Warp Prism 4 gate.
I'm literally scratching my head in confusion. No
This
clue
is-
what's happening right now.
This is really strange because wiNgiAN has actually built a lot of sentries. Those sentries accumulating a lot of energy. Both
Yeah.
players warping in nothing but stalkers right now.
I mean, it looks like, I mean, this kind of setup where you've got stalkers and sentries fanned out of the ramp. It looks like he doesn't want to die to a 4 gate. But I mean, he should know. There's absolutely not a 4 gate coming right now. It would have already hit, and it would have looked different. I mean, you wouldn't have seen 3 stalkers out so early in a 4 gate. You just don't see that. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this is certainly a little bit of a weird game, but right now, as Acela has taken that relatively hidden nexus at his third, keeping his opponent contained in his own base. Acela being able to very quickly get that expansion up and taking a pretty sizable probe lead, 36 to 24 right now, going to take a huge econ lead, and even starting to build immortals at home.
Yep, I have no idea what this robotics is for. He hasn't used it at all.
Well, he's
There's-
actually built an observer.
Oh, is he building an observer?
He
'Cause I
already
don't see
built
in
one.
the
It's
units
already
tab.
at the Zelnaga.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's going to
There it
see
is.
the nexus in about 5 more seconds here.
Yeah, but nobody builds a robotics for just as an observer unless you really think it's going to be DT. So I'm so confused as to why he got it.
Yeah, I don't
You know,
know.
I don't.
He's going to be looking to break this ramp right here, but
Yeah.
attacking into 2 immortals is going to be a very tough hold.
Especially 2 immortals with 3 sentries and some zealots. Like, this is going to be hard.
Yeah, and the engagement does come down. Some nice force fields going to be coming down for both players. The ramp being segmented off. The sentries in the front line going to be able to plop down a lot of energy, but the immortal in the back not being able to do any damage right now. And it's actually looking like wiNgiAN has taken a pretty sizable unit lead right here, and going to be forced to retreat for the time being. A little bit low on energy with those sentries, but the 2 immortals do survive. Shields completely depleted in one of them, but as another round of zealots does come in right here, a couple more force shields are going to be plopped down, going to be relegating 2 of those immortals to the back, but the immortals still being able to stay right here. They're going to be taking out those stalkers so fast. Probes coming off the line as wiNgiAN is pushing into his opponent's natural right here and taking minimal losses.
Yeah, I think what happened there is we just saw a force field war, and wiNgiAN won by a lot. You know, he even managed to segment an immortal so much that it didn't even engage at all in the first fight there.
Yeah.
It just sat there and ran behind a force field, so it's going to be really hard for Elisa, I guess.
Yeah.
To hold this
Acela
down.
actually just going to be forced to pull every one of those probes off the line right now, and as the last immortal is going to be falling relatively soon. Well, it actually looks like that immortal will
Wow.
survive for the time being, and there might have been a little bit of an overextension there
Yeah.
from our blue Protoss. Knowing that he's only on 1 base, though, Acela can a little bit afford to lose these probes as long as he doesn't lose his base right now.
Yep. Okay. What happened in that engagement was really weird. This immortal back, like right beside the Colossus, just went murder town and got 4 kills. So that's pretty much how that engagement went. And because, or sorry, 3 kills. And because their probes were fighting and keeping the zealots and stalkers away from the immortal, it just sat there and did so much damage. Like, he would have died if the stalkers had just been targeted properly. That was really rough.
Whew. Yeah, and it looks like Acela is going to be able to very much so hold onto his ramp for the time being with a huge army lead on his opponent. Going to be able to start repopulating on his second Nexus there. And his opponent, wiNgiAN, sitting only on 1 base right now. No additional tech, not even using that robotics facility. Warping in sentries right now. Going to be going for another 4-gate attack right here. I don't think he's going to be able to break his opponent.
No, I don't think so either. I feel like he had this opportunity, this little chance, where he could have won the game, especially after, you know, that good engagement he had with the sentries, but he didn't take it. Like, he kind of went in and attacked, but it was an awful engagement, like, just really awkward, so kind of didn't go up very well for him. And then the fact that he did get that robotics, you know, this 4-gate could have been so much earlier, and I think he
Yeah.
would have won if it had been.
And we do actually have a Zealot being warped in from a proxy pylon over here on the left side of the map, being warped in by Acela into wiNgiAN's base. 5 more Zealots actually going to be joining him as they do make their way into the mineral line over here. This is going to force warp-ins back at home or a base trade situation. But those Zealots coming in right here as all the probes being pulled off the lines. And yeah, base trade situation for sure. All the Immortals are actually being targeted down a little bit by Stalkers right here, but some good micro. And GG comes out of wiNgiAN. Acela with the more standard, well, maybe less standard build here, but just the better build and a little bit better engagements there, relying off of his economy and ability to really get those Immortals into the fray. Wins this game, moves on.
Yeah, that was really unlucky timing as far as when the Zealots were warped in for the players. I mean, Acela warped his Zealots in and started running them over to the base. Pretty much right when wiNgiAN was about to get vision of them, he warped in 4 Zealots at his forward pylon, so there were no warp-ins for 28 seconds, I think. Like, that's tough. You can't really defend it if you don't have units.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good game here. I've been casting host Beef, joining me, Muatauran. Brandon, where can they find us?
They can find me on Twitter, just Twitter, or sorry, at Muatauran. I also have a YouTube channel. It's Muatauran TV on YouTube. I think it's just YouTube/Muatauran TV. And then you can also look at my stream, which is just Twitch TV/Muatauran.
All right. Also, be sure to go over and check out IVDYogiTime.com. This is their tournament going on. Every game streamed, every game casted, every tournament with a prize pool. That prize pool supported by ad revenue. Make sure to go over to IVDYogiTime.com and help us out. Click 1 ad per tournament to help that revenue come in so that we can keep providing those prize pool. And I think we're going to be moving on here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We had a lot of games that got tied up on a couple of players there, but I think we're going to be getting into the losers bracket finals now.
Okay, yeah, this should be awesome. I assume there's going to be a whole bunch of people casting it again.
Yeah, that's probably what we're going to be doing, or we might even be consolidating onto a stream. So this might be the last game for just the 2 of us here, but I'm not sure. Thank you for watching, though, and we will be back soon. Maybe in a couple of minutes, maybe some other time. Thanks for watching.